Hey guys, what's up? It is Sean, Autotopia LA. This is Chris back with me for fourth time from Restomods. Anyone that follows us regularly, you know we're doing this new thing, man. You want to stick around and find out all the gritty details, we'll get into it, but we're going to just do bullet points, and mostly we're going to drive right away and see what's up.
Straight to dessert.
Well, especially with a guy like me that's not near as in the mechanical space as you are, I'm digging on like, how does this thing drive and all that stuff, and and then we find out why it does.
Right.
But 70 Charger, you said, right?
Correct. Yep.
Tell me some of the bullet points of what I'm driving.
Basically, it's a 70 Charger. We started with a pretty base model car, so this wasn't anything special. It was a 318 automatic car. When we got it, it had a 440 swapped in it, but it was still an automatic car. It had a bench seat, which I thought was rad, but once you get like into performance handling and stuff, the bench seat's
gotta go.
It's not the best choice.
Gotta go.
We went with a Blueprint GEN-3 HEMI, and it's a 426 HEMI with a TKX 5-speed transmission.
What's the HEMI making?
This HEMI dynoed 645 to the crank.
Nice.
So it's all naturally aspirated.
Nice.
But it's bored and stroked to make 426 cubic inches. Mopar guys, that's like the number, right? 426.
It is.
Yeah.
It just is.
We loved it. And I think that's that sweet spot in the horsepower range where you can go out and have fun, lean on a car a little bit and not get scared to death by it.
And given that you guys, because anyone that doesn't know what Restomods does, this is yet another car that you guys build.
Right.
And ultimately you do give away, what, 4 or 5 cars a year, right?
Yep. 4 restored and modified muscle cars a year. So this is the current one that we're giving away. We've done a lot of Chargers, and we wanted to do the full build in-house and kind of do it our way.
Yeah.
So that's what we did.
Boy, sorry to interrupt, but there's nothing like grabbing a pistol
There's nothing
grip,
like
right?
it. This is awesome, yeah. So
that's really fresh too, isn't it?
Yeah, so we went with like a Hearst shifter handle. I cut it down so that it had a good distance between the wheel, just to make it feel good ergonomically. And then we had a local woodworker go through and make the side handles for us, because normally these are plastic on a Mopar. So we had it made out of
awesome.
Yeah, and it was like a very blonde, light wood, and now the more we drive it, the oils of your hand are kind of darkening it.
Right, it's gonna age, and oh man.
Just character, you know?
What'd you say, not TKO?
TKX, so Tremec's
so that's
new
6-speed, right?
5-speed.
Or 5-speed.
Yeah, Tremec's new 5-speed. It's a real compact transmission, but it's beefy. It'll handle this kind of power, no problem.
Yeah.
McLeod clutch, scatter shield, quick time bell housing, and then we basically threw the full QA1 catalog at this car.
So that's what all the suspension is on here, all QA1.
All QA1.
Still like stock subframe?
No, so it's a full tubular subframe from them with the rack and pinion, full coilovers, adjustable arms, 4-link in the back, so no more leaf springs. And it's just basically fully adjustable suspension now. Double adjustable shocks, so we spent a lot of time tuning the shocks. We scaled the car, tried to counterbalance it a little bit, set the ride height where we wanted. We could get this thing nice and low.
Yeah.
So it's just nice, all the tunability.
Stance, by the way, is beautiful on this car.
That's coilovers, man. You get to pick and choose where,
It's so nice, dude. It looks so good.
Thank you.
I tell you what, man, just a few minutes of seat time, and there's that vibration you were talking about. So explain that, what's going on in 4th gear.
So basically, this happened in a bunch of the cars that I've been in, is that 4th gear is 1-to-1 gear ratio. So there's no gear synchronization happening between the engine and the driveline. So any variance in the pinion angle, you're gonna get a little bit of a vibration. We're still working on dialing that in. We had a shop called Trueline play with the pinion angle a little bit. It's a brand new drive shaft, so I might just see if that might need another rebalance.
But at some point you can tune it out of there.
Yeah, and that's what we're still, this is a pretty fresh build, so I think I told you right off the bat, there's 3 minor things after all the miles I put on it that I'm working on, and that's the biggest one for me. Is I want that to be not noticeable, so that when you get in and drive this car, you bang every gear and it just feels great.
Yeah, because otherwise, man, everything feels great on it. And I've driven like fully modified crazy bonkers Chargers, but I've also driven all original.
Yeah.
This This genuinely feels like the perfect blend of
It's in
both.
between.
I mean, everything here is so still Charger.
It's all Charger. Yeah. That's exactly the balance we wanted to hit. You feel like you're still in a Charger. You're grabbing gears on a pistol grip.
Yeah.
But it handles much better than original one. It's got big Willwood brakes, so it stops better. And that new Gen 3 Hemi's a lot snappier than those old engines, you know?
I mean, it really is. And the clutch at first was bugging me out a little bit just because it's quite a ways out before it's grabbing. And it's a pretty stiff pedal. But now just a few minutes of driving and I'm loving the feel of the clutch.
Yeah.
It's really...
Yeah, you get used to this car. I wanted it very mechanical feeling still.
Very much so.
So manual transmission, manual brakes. It does have a hydraulic clutch.
But it's not a drive-by-wire pedal.
It is, but it's a little bit crispier than usual. We worked with the local tuner to really dial in the Holly because the drive-by-wire, it takes an expert in those cars to dial that thing in.
I'm blown away. I thought for sure that was not drive-by-wire.
Drive-by-wire, and like we were tuning on it last night. I was on the phone with the tuner at 10 p.m. like, you know, I feel a little tiny bit of this, a little tiny bit of that. I'm like, I want this thing crispy. I know we can do it, you know?
It totally faked me out. You guys nailed it.
Shout out to Sean Carnahan at Mobetta Tuning. He was the one that came through. This is actually, we were told by Blueprint, this is the first 426 naturally aspirated Hemi that they've built that's in a finished running driving car. We've been working back and forth with him to just get the tune dialed in.
Yeah.
It's the first one out there, so we got it pretty good now. I was confident bringing it to you, so.
Nice driving car, man. And now my other question, brakes, is this manual brakes?
Manual Willwood brakes, yeah. So big 14-inch rotors with 6 piston calipers in the front, 11.88 rotors in the back with 4 pistons. So front and rear Willwood disc, 15/16 master cylinder, just a good combo. We just made sure we had the right pedal ratio. It's basically a factory pedal assembly that we kind of just modified to use manual brakes and adapted the hydraulic clutch to it.
And you guys hear me mention this a lot, but it's because personally I think manual brakes feel so much better.
Yeah.
Except for when they're not properly set up.
Right.
And I've dealt with 2 cars recently that are manual brake cars where you have all the pedal in the world, but you have almost no brake at all.
Yeah, it's a leverage thing, you know, so getting that geometry dialed in is important. We just wanted to set up with a linear feel where, you know, you feel the brakes start to bite, and as you get harder in the pedal, they bite harder. But I love that you're...
Dude, the handling on this is like...
Oh, it has a lot in it, you know?
This does not feel like a big...
That's the other thing. Physically, this car, you know you're in a big car, but it feels kind of nimble for how big it is.
It does, man. It's planted, but it's not so stiff that it's uncomfortable at all. Just get the hell out of 4th gear right now.
I just go 3rd to 5th. But yeah, like that's the nice thing about the QA1s is they're double adjustable. So I had set it up like a lot stiffer before, and it was a blast on the on-ramps, but like on any shitty road, it would beat you up. And now I think we have that happy in between where it handles really good, but it soaks up the bumps good too.
I'll be straight up with you. This is my favorite car you guys have brought over yet.
Oh, good.
And the idea that there's still some sorting to be done on it is a testament to...
Yeah, a little minor stuff, but that's just because we want it like really perfect, you know?
And the color, so it brings back the flavor of, what's the famous Mopar orange?
That
I know it's a color,
that kind of Dukes of
call it
Hazzard.
a red, but it's orange.
Car, right?
All right, we didn't talk exhaust. What's going on?
So
it sounds sick.
It's got headers, Hooker Blackheart headers, and then it's got full MagnaFlow stainless 2.5 inch all the way out the back through their mufflers. The MagnaFlows, you know, modern Hemis, a lot of times you hear like a new Charger or a new Challenger. Sometimes they don't sound very good.
I agree.
So like this car not having catalytic converters, it has an X pipe. It just sounds good coming out the back. It's not obnoxiously loud, but you know it's there, you know?
Dude, I'm digging this car because it's so still. I'm in a Charger. I'm looking around. I'm in a friggin' Charger.
You're in a Charger.
And the sound is a Charger too. It doesn't sound like a modern Hemi, dude.
You know, we got it handling good. We put some real sticky Falcons on it. And like we talked about, that bench seat wasn't gonna work. I love a seat that holds you in, but a lot of times they look really modern. And this car, everything I wanted looking classic on it. So
what are these?
These are Sparcos. This is their GT seat. It's shipped this way. It really holds you in. You
I mean,
feel
it does.
comfortable pushing this car because you're not sliding around in the
But
cabin.
you can sit in these all day long
They're
too. You
comfortable.
could actually just go cruise and enjoy the ride if you wanted to, you know.
Yeah, so it was a good choice for the car, and it sits you kind of lower in the car too, and it just feels sportier when you're close to the ground, you know.
Dude, I'm sold on this car. Yet again, I will be buying more Restomod shit.
I'm glad you like it, man. We built this one all in house, and we have a lot of stuff that we drive that we compare it to. We try to get all the best of that in one car, you know.
What about the steering? It's rack and pinion, yeah?
Rack and pinion, yeah.
Is that also part of the QA1?
Exactly. That's the big upgrade on these Mopars, is getting rid of that steering box. The rack and pinion is like pretty precise on this car. It's
The
kind of
steering is wonderful on. I mean, I'm like, you guys know me too, right? Like I geek out plenty. I do. I do because we get to drive cool shit all the time. But this is one of those right away. I'm like, fuck, dude, let's bail on the shit. Let's just go drive all day, man.
What's funny is this car is super happy at like 75, 80.
I'll bet.
So I've taken it on the freeway and I'm like, man, should I just keep going to Vegas? Like, should I just get out of here, you know?
Nice car. That to me is just, I swear, it is the perfect power range.
Right?
Have you scaled it?
I scaled it. This car weighed 35 and 50 pounds.
Yeah. You add us in, we got, you know, so we're just shy of 4,000 pounds,
Yeah.
mid 500. I'm curious, what are you geared out back?
373s in the back.
Nice. Which seems right.
Yeah, it feels
with
good.
a 5-speed,
It feels
perfect.
good.
I really like this fucking car. Any you Mopar guys out there, buy some shirts. Yeah, I like this car, dude. I love how cars make you do stupid shit like that. Burnouts.
No problem.
Yeah, it does burnouts. Oh my God. I really like this car. It really is like win-wins in life are the best. And I know I said it, but the idea that, like, I know you guys make money. It's a company, right?
Right, yeah.
But legitimately, because you guys show it every time you do the giveaway, somebody's
crazy.
Somebody's car.
It's crazy. I think about that a lot because, you know, we spent a lot of time building these, finding them, refining them, that they're not for us at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But I get the fun part. I'm passionate about building them.
And
I love these cars. And I think it's just awesome that someone's going to win it and they're just going to go hop in this thing and have big shit eating grin like we do right now, you know?
It's just cool, dude.
overall feels really good though.
It's pretty solid
Yeah.
car, dude. We had 289 miles on it since we did
Yeah.
everything to it.
Good power.
Yeah.
Nice. Hell yeah. Yeah, no, seriously, anyone who wins this car, it's like, it's just overall perfect for anybody.
Yeah.
Modern motor, Tremec, it's what a modern Hellcat would be set up like,
Right.
you know, but you get the classic look. And it's tastefully done. It's not like, it doesn't feel cheap, you know?
Yeah, thank you.
All right, so we've done the drive.
Yep.
I made it very clear to you how in love I am with this car.
Good.
So I'm going to scroll through the website later today to see what items I'm going to
Yeah,
buy.
yeah.
Now, let me ask you this
Okay.
before we get into the car. Since we know each other and we've shot videos, and let's say I'm the guy that gets picked and I win it, am I going to actually get the car, or are you guys going to go, no, we can't do that? I mean,
This came up last time. So you are eligible to win. It's obviously not a good look because
Right.
you've already been in the car. But yeah, you are eligible to win since you don't directly work with us or anything. We don't give these cars to anyone that we know or
Right.
friends or family or anything like that. There's no inside deals.
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you're the
yeah.
completely random guy that we happen to pick or sweepstakes compliance services picks, then,
it's just
then
funny
you're the
because
guy.
this is, you know, we've shot 4 now. I know I said it in the car, but this one, the style choices on this, the drivability of it is wonderful.
Yeah.
This is my favorite one yet from you.
Oh,
guys.
thank you.
It definitely is. So why don't we walk through like what it was when you started,
Okay.
and then all that you guys have done to the car, because I know there's no body mods to the car at all, so it's going to be more.
There's
Yeah.
one, but I'll talk about it.
Okay.
It's very subtle. But so we started with the car that we bought as a running driving. It was red, a different color red. It had a big block, an automatic, leaf springs, all stock suspension, and a bench seat with a column shifter. It was a cruiser. Like you got in that car.
So it's one you don't mind bastardizing to turn it into this.
Yeah, and it was originally a 318 car from the VIN. Somebody
Yeah.
had put that big block in it. But yeah, I drove it probably about an hour back from where we bought it, and I wanted more, you know? Like I thought this car is cool, it's a boat, it feels like you're in a boat.
Yeah, sure.
So then we opened the Blueprint catalog and selected their bad boy Gen-3 Hemi, which is a 426. So they take a Hellcat block, bore it, stroke it, all forged internals. And we bought their Builder series, which means it came with the transmission, the front accessory drive, their sheet metal intake manifold, and a Holley computer. So it's a Terminator X Max computer. So once we had that, it was like, okay, we got to build a whole car around this 650 horsepower, 645
Yeah.
is what it actually dynoed.
But not just
engine.
645, dude. What you said, and I don't think the cameras were rolling when you said it. 5-year, 30,000 mile warranty on it.
Yeah, that's another big reason we pick Blueprint engines, is because that is like an industry leading warranty. And when we're handing these keys of this car over to a winner, we want them to have like a good ownership experience. So having a
Seriously.
warranty is peace of mind, and
Yeah.
you don't get that with a hand-built engine. This thing's all assembled in the United States. Manufacturing is done here by Blueprint. It was a no-brainer, but
Yeah.
it required us to build the rest of the car up to that standard.
Yep.
So we just tore the whole car apart. Basically a complete car. We tore everything off, and we used very little from the original car that we got. We set the engine and trans into a QA1 cradle and cross member, and so that way we could use all of their coilover suspension, their rack and pinion steering. We bolted some big Willwood brakes to it. It has nice double adjustable coilovers, and I think you felt some of that in the drive. It handles pretty good.
I mean, the drive. I said to you, because I was curious about the platform feels so solid, right? Like it doesn't feel overly refined. It still feels there's elements of classic car in it.
Right.
It doesn't do anything that scares you.
Exactly, and it's not a full custom chassis, but
Yeah.
we did go through and use US Car Tool. A lot of chassis bracing went into this car, so full subframe connectors, torque boxes, a lot of bracing in the front end here, just to get it so that when you're feeling how the car drives, you're feeling the suspension work and not the chassis flex.
Yeah, very much so. And you said 4-link at the rear, right?
Yeah, also QA1, it's their complete 4-link kit, so it's fully adjustable and on double adjustable coilovers again in
Yeah.
the back. So
I kept commenting about the steering rack on this, how
Makes a big difference.
I mean, dude, driving an old steering box version of this car versus that,
Right.
I don't know if it's how it comes or it's you guys setting it this way, but the ratio is right on point. It's not quick steering,
Yeah.
but it's not sloppy waiting for it.
They dial it in pretty good with their rack combination and the geometry. And then we have a decently aggressive alignment on it too. So that helps too. You have a little bit quicker turn in because we went with like 2 degrees camber. Not a full-blown race alignment, but a little more aggressive to make the car feel sportier.
I know we talked about this on the drive. The manual brake setup on this is bitchin'.
Yeah, big Willwood brakes in the front, Willwood brakes in the back, a manual Willwood master cylinder that Evan CNC made a really bitchin' master cylinder lid with a play on the RT logo, but RM for Restomods.
I caught that. That's cool, dude.
Yeah,
that's one of those cool things.
Little touch. So once we got the engine in there, we tried to clean up all the wiring and plumbing and just make it look kind of OEM plus, but very serviceable.
Yep.
We want this car to be able to go to somebody who didn't build it and they can still maintain this car. So everything is pretty simple. Maintenance wise, it's all visible but clean. We routed everything, tucked all the wiring, made sure that our AC and heater lines were tucked in. And then simple things like the cooling tubes. If you ever blow a radiator hose, you can just go get a 90 off any other hose,
Yep. The simplicity of it is what I find so charming about this car, is that it's really like you've gotten rid of all the antiquated stuff to make it an enjoyable driver, but it's a Charger.
It's a Charger.
So Charger.
Yeah. And that's the thing, these cars are so iconic. I didn't want to do anything that detracted from what this car is. It's just such a good looking car. Like, don't mess that up, just make it better by making things cleaner, simpler, make them work better. And then add some features that are just what you expect to see nowadays. AC, a Bluetooth stereo, like you said, power steering, full fuel injection, the coilovers. Those are just some things that are gonna make you wanna get in and drive this car.
100%.
So when it looks like this, you wanna be able to enjoy it too. You're not gonna just park this car and look at it.
So when you first walk up on the car, obviously, you can't help but notice perfect stance. It's a wheel tire configuration that gives you a lot of sidewall.
Yep. These are American Racing wheels.
Okay.
It's a VN 514 Groove series. I'm starting to see them on a lot of muscle cars because they look right at home there. But the sizes, they're a flow formed wheel, so not a fully forged wheel, but a lot stronger than a cast off the shelf wheel.
And so it's fairly inexpensive in the rather than like a big dollar 3-piece wheel or Exactly,
yeah. So it's just a lot of bang for the buck in a wheel, and the sizes were just right for a Charger. We've actually put these on a previous Charger, so I knew they would work. And I wanted to get a lot of sidewall. This is a big car, so this car could probably swallow some 20-inch wheels, no problem.
Sure.
And these wheels ride that fine line where it still looks classic. So they're 18 by 10s in the rear and 18 by 9s in the front. We put a big Falcon tire on there with a lot of sidewall. So 295s in the back. It's a 45 series sidewall.
Sweet.
A little more aggressive look in there, more tire. And it fits the car well.
It sure does. I don't mind. A lot of guys flip out over low profile tires. I really don't mind. Some settings it's really appropriate. This just looks great having sidewall. And then what do you run up front?
245 with a 45 series. So a little bit smaller tire in the front.
Yeah.
But with as aggressive of a tire this is like a real good compound for dry weather. So once they get warm, the car feels more and more planted.
Yeah.
So we went with a tire that could make the best use of all the suspension work that's been done there.
Yeah. Well, I think it proved it on the drive we just did. I mean, my mile driving, super cool cruiser, you were getting on it, car felt just great.
Yeah.
It's just not so perfect.
Yeah.
It still feels like a muscle car.
Well, and that's the fun of it is like I wanted to build a car that you felt real connected to while you were driving it.
Yeah, totally.
So feeling what it's doing is part of that, not like taking away that road feel. With all the inputs and the choices we made of how it is gonna drive, I think the total package came out pretty good as far as being a good driving car.
And exhaust again, I can't remember what you said when we were driving.
It has Hooker Blackheart headers in the front and full MagnaFlow stainless 2.5-inch exhaust with an X-pipe, MagnaFlow mufflers, and then we fabbed a section in the rear to go under the axle and all the way out the back.
All the stuff you do, like on a car like this, you do everything in-house except for paint?
Yeah, everything in-house. We did all the glass, the interior, wiring, just didn't do paint on this car.
Yeah. What is the paint again, you said?
So this is Viper Red. The car was a different shade of red when we got it, and it needed a paint job. We use SV Body and Paint, and they do a killer job on all of our cars. I like to use a factory color, and I like to stay true to the brand of the car we're doing.
Totally.
And so the first thing I thought of red and Mopar was Viper red.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was growing up, the Viper came out, and that was the thing. It was a red Viper, you know, that was the most red car you could get.
Yeah.
So we went with that original Viper red color. It's hard to say what it's gonna look like on such a big car, but I think it actually kind of physically made the car look a little more sporty, adding the trunk stripe.
I love that you gave it the RT stripe.
Yeah.
It's just on point with the car, you know.
And the one body mod that's done to this car is we got rid of the big side marker lights. Those were kind of the DOT mandated ones back in the day. Back there and up front. And that's the one modification. Chargers are one of the best looking cars. So I don't think that I could have come up with something that improves on that too much.
Door handles, mirrors, all your trim, all your glass. It's all new. But it's exactly what was on this car, the big fuel filler. It's all Charger.
Yeah.
And it really is, you know, it's the chrome bumpers. I love, you know, I love the crazy custom stuff, tuck and flush and this and that. And I like this better personally.
Yeah. I mean, that's the character of these cars. I wasn't around when these were new.
Right.
So I'm constantly chasing the dream of what it's like to walk up to a dealership, showroom floor, see this thing and jump in it, you know. So this is the closest we could come while still making use of, you know, all the modern technology that's available, all the aftermarket companies making really cool stuff for these cars. So.
Yeah. What's the trunk finished out like?
Basic carpet kit. It's got a nice, just embroidered Charger logo here.
Oh, cool.
Just to tie in with the floor mats of the car. Batteries mounted in the trunk. We got a cutoff switch if you need to store the car. And then, yeah, that's basically it. Really, really basic trunk compartment, usable, big. We got our Cal car cover, our wipe down products in here, and it's something simple, you know?
I mean, we already were in the interior, but let's go sit in the interior and check it out. Yeah, I was saying when we drove it, I mean, you're in a Charger.
Yep.
But again, you got rid of all the antiquated stuff. You got those are all Dakota digitals, right?
Yep.
We got a pistol grip, but a highly refined, I mean, dude, this handle's so much nicer than a stock. I've grabbed the stock plastic ones, you know? But it's so iconic to Mopar to, like, what are you gonna do, put a shifter ball?
Yeah, if you have a stick shift 70 Charger, it better have a pistol grip, right?
I mean, it's just got to. So you've replaced, like, door panels, door handles, even the window, everything's replaced, right?
Yeah, everything's brand new. It's all like basically Charger stuff.
Yep.
And then just little upgrades that don't detract from, you know, what the original design was. Like everything that you could buy as far as replacing door panels, window cranks, armrests. We repainted the door shells, all the glass and the vent windows, all the felts and seals are all new. And then in here, it is a new pad. All these are repainted original cover pieces with the Dakota digitals in it.
Yep.
Now it has a retro sound Bluetooth stereo, vintage air AC. So all the controls are in the factory spot like Vintage Air does so well.
Great.
And then we kind of just tucked some vents under here and then the factory AC vents over here.
Oh, so you added these on?
Yeah, we wanted to get some center vents. Went with no console and just like a very basic boot to keep the car simple and classy. But you need an armrest, you need cup holders.
Yes.
And then we added a...
Whoa.
Yeah, so if
you
you
added
win,
a bunch of cash.
Yeah, so if you win the car, you win the car in 50 grand in cash.
Check the clock, now I check my wrist.
This is movie money, so don't rob me right now. But we went and added a wireless phone charger, so if you just plop your phone right on that, it'll charge while you drive. And then this is a nice spot to just put the Holley Terminator X Max screen. You don't really need to look at the screen too much anymore because all the gauges tell you everything you need to know. And then what you're sitting in, the Sparco seats, that was another big thing, another detail. We wanted the seats to be just right, but not look too modern and have a ton of adjustability. So these seats hold you in, they have all the adjustability you need. And then all the touch points, like you said, the shifter, the handle felt cheap and plasticky from Hurst. So we went ahead and had a local woodworker make the handle, added a tilt column. So that's a aftermarket, I did it column. The original car had a column shifter. So we had to get rid of that either way. Billet Specialties, very simple steering wheel.
Very simple.
Just a nice, clean 3-spoke with the half wrap, so you kind of get that grip feel on the backside of it. And it just ties in, like really the only theme of the car was everything's gonna be red, black, or like a polished version of the metal it is, you know, not trying to overthink it and just have a simple theme. And just nice touches that make you want to drive the car more, really.
Yeah, well, that's what it does. I mean, I even joked with you when we were out driving the roller shots. I was like, let's just blow off the chute and go, because it makes you want to go drive. I mean, the seats are great. The ergonomics are exactly where you want them to be. Everything's right where you want it to be.
We thought about that a lot as the ergonomics, because you get in these cars and with that many custom touches, like something can get lost in translation.
For sure.
So even things down to like, you know, the drive-by-wire pedal, we had to make a bracket for it to mount it. So we set it up where it feels, you don't even think about it. Your foot just goes over where it's supposed to be.
It's all the ergonomics are right on point. And the other thing I've noticed, because I have driven plenty of the original Chargers, when you're shifting it, the throw is so much nicer.
Much shorter, right?
Yeah, it is. I mean, because you know, it's really truly rowing gears on the old school car.
Well, and this handle is actually built for the original A83 transmission, so it's probably about that long.
Yeah.
And we got it and shortened it and kicked it back to the right angle so that it works with this shifter, and it just feels real good.
You know, you guys, I mean, look, you're gonna hear me say it one more time here, but the idea that for the price of a t-shirt, a hat, or whatever it is that's available on the Restomod site, you get entered to, somebody's gonna win it. Because dude, I've been following you before I knew you guys, but to see multiple times now of the actual shot of the person coming in and getting the car, getting the cash, you guys send the car, I mean, it's a win for everybody involved.
Yeah.
Your company's making money, which allows you to keep the business going. Somebody's gonna win this, man.
Those are the feel-good days for me, when somebody shows up and they first set eyes on their dream car, and
I'll bet.
Those reactions, you know, you can't put a price on that.
Yeah. So. Well, dude, look, again, thanks for bringing it over, doing this with us.
Thank you.
You know, just fun. I look forward to getting to do more of this with you.
Yeah,
for sure.
Definitely. We'll be back, man.
Right on. You guys have heard me say it a couple times in this one. Love this car. Just love this car. The look of it, the drive of it, the sound of it, all the stuff that makes for a great driving experience. This is that. It genuinely is. The Restomod guys killed it on this one. And someone's gonna win this car, man. I hope it's me, but someone's gonna win this car. Final time, I'll mention again, we are doing our podcast and it is actually live. We just started on the 14th of April. Every Monday, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Head over to Autotopia LA podcast channel. I hope you like what we're doing with that. And I will simply say thanks for hanging and watching. I'll see you in the next one. All right, man. Later.